Okay, so I'm going to look at a quadratic simultaneous equation. It says here L is the straight line with equation y equals 2x minus 5. C is a graph with equation y squared equals 6x squared minus 25x minus 8. Using algebra, find the coordinates of the points of intersection of L and C, and you must show all your working. Now there are always different types of simultaneous equations, some slightly more complex, some slightly easier. Some of them are phrased differently, so some just say solve these simultaneous equations. This one's slightly different because it actually relates it back to the graphs and asks us to find the points of intersection. So it's the same thing, we are solving these two equations, these graph equations, simultaneously. Now there are different ways of doing this, but normally with most simultaneous equations we'll rearrange one of them to make it x or y equals and substitute it in. Now looking at this first one, what I wouldn't advise, especially as it already says y equals, would be making this x equals, and in some questions you've got to. So in some questions we'd have to add 5 to the other side, making it y plus 5, and divide by 2 to make it equal to x. But that would mean now substituting y plus 5 over 2 into this position and this position, which is going to be a lot more complicated. Some equations, they both already say y equals. This one doesn't, sadly, because it's y squared equals. So what we can do is we can take this top equation and turn that into y squared. To do that, squaring something just means to multiply by itself. So y squared will equal 2x minus 5 multiplied by another 2x minus 5, which creates a double bracket. So we need to expand this double bracket so that we have our expression for y squared. 2x times 2x gives us 4x squared. We now get two multiplications that will join in the middle, so 2 lots of negative 5 is negative 10, so minus 10x and another minus 10x, which gives us minus 20x. And then negative 5 times negative 5, which gives us positive 25. I'm being really careful in moments like that, just to make sure you are careful with your multiplications that involve negatives. Okay, so we now have our expression for y squared. Y squared is equal to this 4x squared minus 20x plus 25. So what we can now do is we can replace y squared with this new expression. Now when we do that, we have 4x squared minus 20x plus 25 in place of the y squared, and that's now equal to 6x squared minus 25x minus 8. So we now have an equation that only has one letter in, just the x, which means we can solve it. It is going to create a quadratic here when we have it equal to 0. So our next point is to create an equation where it says equals 0 or 0 equals, depending on which way we want to move it. So I always look for the higher coefficient of x squared, which in this case is the 6x, and that's the one I'm going to leave there. So I'm going to minus 4x squared from both sides. So I'm going to minus that from the 6x squared. And I'm going to kind of do this all in one go. I'm going to also add 20x and add 20x over here, just to save me having to write this out 3 times. And I'm also going to minus 25, so minus 25 as well. That means straight away I'm going to get 0 equals, I can just sort of take my time and tidy up the right hand side. So 6x squared minus 4x squared gives me 2x squared. Negative 25x add 20x is minus 5x. And minus 8 minus 25 is minus 33. So I now have a quadratic equation which is equal to 0, which means I can now factorise it to find my two solutions for x. So I use inspection for my factorisation of quadratics where the x squared is bigger than 1, which means I just look for the factors of 33. Thankfully there aren't that many, 1 and 33, 3 and 11, and I'm just going to put them into place. I know that there has to be a 2x in the bracket to create 2x squared, so I know one of those numbers, the one that goes over here, is going to be doubled. So when I look at my factor pairs, I just think, okay, well I kind of know it's 3 and 11 already, because I've only got to get to negative 5 in the middle there. So if I double the 3, I have 6 and 11, and I can make -5 out of that. So I want the 3 to get doubled, and put that over there, and the 11 here. I want to make -5, so I want -11, add 6. So plus 3 there, because that's going to double into 6 when it's multiplied by that 2x. So there is my factorised quadratic. It's still equal to 0, so we should leave that. And that gives me two solutions. On the right, x is equal to -3, remembering to flip the sign there in the bracket. And on the right here, x is equal to +11, but that's also divided by 2, as we have the 2x in the bracket there. Remembering you can just set these brackets equal to 0, solve it, and it will give you that little solution. But that's just the quick way of doing it. Now, if we're doing this without a calculator, and this could be calculator or non-calculator, you would hope that this would be a calculator question, potentially. But if it wasn't, I might just want to write that as a decimal as well. So maybe for this left one, I'll write that as 5.5. Okay, I can then decide later on if I want to use the fraction or use the decimal. But I have my first two solutions, x equals -3 and x equals 5.5. Now the question has said, find the points of intersection. Points of intersection are going to be given as coordinates. So we have the x coordinates of the 2 points of intersection. We now need to find the y coordinate. To do that, we'll look for an equation that says y equals, and we have one written in the first line. Y is equal to 2x minus 5. So when x is -3, which was our first one there, y is going to be equal to 2 lots of that, 2 times -3, take away 5. 2 times -3 is -6, take away 5 is -11. So y equals -11, and that is our first sort of y coordinate there, which we're going to pair up into coordinates in just a moment. So there we have y equals -11. For the next one, we had x was equal to 5.5. So y equals 2 times 5.5, definitely going to use 5.5 here, and then take away 5. 2 times 5.5 is 11, take away 5 is 6. So y equals 6. And there we go, that is our second y coordinate there. So a final answer here, as I do want to give it as points of intersection, is I would give these as coordinates. So my first coordinate pairing, I had x was -3, and for that y was equal to -11. And we also had another coordinate, which is where x was 5.5 and y was equal to 6. And there we go, that is my final answer there. I've got my two pairs of coordinates, -3, -11, and 5.5, 6. So a slightly different quadratic simultaneous equation, particularly having that y squared at the start. But we were able to use that substitution method. It was just in this case, we are writing our answer as a coordinate rather than saying x equals y equals and giving both those pairings. But there we go. There was a nice quadratic simultaneous equation. Again, we were able to do that without a calculator. If you want all 9 questions like this in one place, then grab my Revise 9 revision grids completely free. Click the link in the description, create your free account and unlock them inside Upgrade or TGMT4T. Simply head to the Revise 9 tab, select Higher or Crossover and download them instantly.